Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day and has had a good day so far. Had to bring the robot out 3 days in a row. Didn't sweep the full day, swept the money lines. Still counts, still wearing it. Maybe it's bringing good luck, who knows. But quickly before I get into our picks, if you're not aware, after today there won't be any games for the next 3 days, so there won't be a video the next 3 days because teams are taking a break, going to international break. You guys know how that is. Happens every so often. I'll try to have videos sent, but we'll see how the lines are. International play is always very iffy because they don't play as often with their countries as they do with their teams. So there's not as much data and they play different roles and stuff like that. But we'll get to that when we'll get to that. There's still plenty of games tomorrow for Sunday slate. I found some picks that I did like. PrizePicks, again, slow to upload all the games. But I found some. And I'll get straight into them. And the first one is Alejandro Garnacho to go higher in 3 shots, playing at home for Manchester United, going up against Leicester City. He's averaging 3.84 shots per 90 in the league so far, and he's had 3 plus in his last 3 out of 5, including 1 against Leicester City. He played him in the cup game. He had 4 shots in 73 minutes, so he already went over against them recently, and he's playing at home against them again. He averages 2.4 shots away from home, and he goes up to 3.4 at home, so he takes that 1 extra shot. And the same thing happened last season. He averaged 2.4 away, up to 3.2 at home, so he takes more shots at home than away. And it showed again when they played Leicester a couple days ago when he played them at home. He took so far this season in the league, he's taken 19 with his right, 10 with his left, so he can shoot with both of his feet. And then he's taking 22 shots from inside the box and 7 shots from outside the box, so he's willing to take those long shots, which is what we like as well. Leicester allowed 20.2 shots away from home so far in 5 away games that they've played so far, and they're really bad at defending the wings. That's one of their big weaknesses. They have a lot of weaknesses defensively, but defending the wings is one of those, and that's perfect for Garnacho because he plays down the wing. And in the recent game where they played in the Europa League against PAOK, he got subbed out in around the 60th minute or so after they had already taken the lead. So he's pretty well rested as well, and it's a good matchup. He's gone over against them already this season. So I like Alejandro Garnacho to go higher than 3 shots. My next prop is Guglielmo Vicario to go lower than 2.5 saves, playing at home for Tottenham, going up against Ipswich Town. He's averaging 2.3 saves per 90 so far. He's gone under in his last 4 out of 5 games. Tottenham are a decent defensive side. They sometimes can be leaky on defense, but they only allow 9.2 shots so far at home. And a big reason for that is because they hold a lot of possession of the ball. And against a team like Ipswich Town, I expect them to hold a lot of it, which just means less chances for Ipswich in general to get chances. And even when they do have chances, they've only averaged 8 shots taken away from home, with three of those being on target. And they have scored 10 goals in 10 games. So even if they manage to get 3 shots on target, which I doubt, good chance that one of them goes in. Like I mentioned, sometimes Tottenham can be leaky in defense. They allow goals, so that's just not a safe for him. Ipswich have been pretty clinical, I guess. They've been able to score in 10 out of 10 games and 10 goals in 10 games. And they just don't take that many shots in general. I think 2.5 is just too high of a mark. Ipswich are only good on the counterattack, and that's not necessarily where Tottenham is weak at. And it's just a good matchup at 2.5 at home against a weak Ipswich Town. So I like Guglielmo Vicario to go lower than 2.5 saves. And then the last player prop that I found that I like is El Bilal Toure to go higher than 2.5 shots, playing at home for Stuttgart, going up against Frankfurt. Undov, their main attacker, is doubtful to play because of a hamstring injury, and then Luling, one of their other attackers, is injured until December, so he's gonna have opportunities. He hasn't had that many opportunities, but he still managed to take 12 shots in the games he's played, and that averages out in 12 shots in 282 minutes, which averages to 3.83 shots per 90. He is a shooter, he just hasn't been getting many opportunities. He's had 4 starts so far. He went under against Atalanta and Leverkusen, 2 tough opponents, so you can't blame him there. The 2 other ones he played against Kiel, went over with 4 shots in only 62 minutes, and he went over against Hoffenheim with 3 shots in 62 minutes. So even if he gets the same amount of minutes, I still expect him to go over, but because of the injuries, I expect him to get more minutes against them as well. And the 2 teams that he went over allow 17.7 shots and 16.3 shots respectively on average, and Frankfurt allows 17.7 shots on average so far this season, so they've been allowing a lot of shots. The teams he's gone over against allow a lot of shots. It's just a good matchup so far, and when the shots he's taking 5 headers, 5 with his right, and 1 with his left. He's 6'1" and wins 83% of his aerial duels, so that's good for us as well. He's good in the air. He's good. He's a good shooter as well. And while he's only taking 5 with his right and 1 with his left, You might think he might not shoot with both legs, but that's just because he hasn't had many opportunities. The last season, I believe, was 2 seasons ago when he actually was able to start most of his games. He took 12 with his right, 11 headers, and 6 with his left. So 33% of his shots were with his weak foot. So he can't shoot with both feet. The stats, at least on this season, is just misleading because he hasn't had many opportunities. And I like this line in a good matchup. He should be starting this game. So I like Toure to go higher than 2.5 shots. Before I get into the money line, if you guys could like the video, comment as well, help support the channel. Doesn't hurt. Just takes a minute. If you're not subscribed, subscribe as well. Turn on notifications. And if you are thinking about supporting me any other way, I do have the YouTube membership if you're interested, for those again that want to support. And you also get the video out early before it goes public, before lines get bumped and taken away, because it does seem to happen if you want to do that. And then I have my codes for my player prop apps, Underdog and PrizePicks, in the description, and I have Fliff for my money line. So if you anything that you guys do to help support, I really do appreciate. I have one money line slip. You can currently get this at -121 on Fliff. And the first leg is higher than 1.5 Atalanta goals at home going up against Udinese. They have the best attack in the league. They've scored 29 goals in 11 games. And at home, they've scored 18 goals in 5 games. So they average over 3, closer to 4 goals than 3. So they've been scoring a lot. We just need them to score 2. This prop has gone over in all 5 league games that they played at home in 5 out of 5 games. They have Lugman, they have Rategi, they have the Catillere, which is good. They have their overlapping fullbacks, which just helps overwhelm opposition defense. They have the 2 strikers and then the 2 fullbacks, so that's 4. And then they have their center attacking mid, and usually one of their midfielders push up, so they just overwhelm opposition defense. And Udinese have conceded 10 goals in 5 away games, so averaging 2 goals allowed in away game, which is good for us. And they're also allowing 15 shots away, and that's dangerous against Atalanta because, first of all, again, best attack in the league, and they're pretty good at finishing their chances. So I like this one, higher 1.5 goals against Udinese. And then the second leg is Atletico draw against Mallorca. They did let us down once against Betis, but I'm going to trust them this time because Mallorca's a weaker opposition. They're picking up good form after those back-to-back losses. I believe Betis and Lille, ever since those games, they've won 3 straight. They've been picking up form. We just need them to not lose against Mallorca. They just had their recent big win against PSG away from home. So if they can beat PSG, I don't see them losing against Mallorca. Again, they're picking up pace. They're still the best defense in the league regardless, even after those 2 back-to-back losses. They've only conceded 7 goals in 12 games. And Mallorca struggled to score, only scoring 10 goals in 12 games. So they average less than a goal a game. Per game. And last season they played twice. Mallorca couldn't score in either one of those games. This prop hit in both games. Atletico beat them in both games as well. They're just a much better team. I trust them. Their defense is going to carry them. Mallorca might not even be able to score. Again, I like the fact that they're actually being able to pick up wins now instead of just drawing a lot. So I like this Atletico draw against Mallorca. As always, you can take these props how I have them. Do whatever you want to do with that, or you can just take the ones you like, put them into your own parlays, completely up to you. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks, I was 1 pick away from sweeping the full day on when it came to the YouTube. The only one that missed was Marvin Dush to 100.5 goals and assists. He got subbed out, which I didn't see why because they weren't winning, but he was the only one that missed. But Hakimi lower than 0.5 goals and assists hit, and then Mbappe higher than 4.5 shots hit. Both of those hit, they came through for us. So 2 for 1 on the YouTube ones. And then both of our money line plays hit, hence the robe. We swept the money lines. First one that we had a +107. Madrid second half 3 money line. They were winning at halftime 2-0. I said they weren't going to be satisfied with that. They won 4-0. They took 2 in the second half. And then Fulham were draw against Palace. They came through. They won the game. That one wasn't really that sweaty, so that one hit. And then the other one at -119, lower than 1.5 Bochum goals against Leverkusen. They managed to score 1 goal towards the end, but that's not what we needed. They could have scored 2. That one hit for us. And then Gladbach against Leipzig. They weren't even able to score 1, so that one was pretty easy as well. So we swept the money lines. We did great on those. So 1 away from sweeping the full video. And then I had 2 other plays. One of them was actually a DMP, so he didn't even play, so that one didn't even count. Did Vicario lower than 2.5 saves. And then we had the I believe it was Bear to 102 shots. And I like the prop, but Dortmund got a red card like 20 minutes in, not even 15 minutes in or something like that. So they were a man down and they didn't even shoot. Like, I didn't even think they shot like 3 shots as a team. So it was just unfortunate, their unfortunate luck. But again, when it comes to the YouTube, 1 away from sweeping the whole day, swept the money lines. Hopefully we can do good in tomorrow's slate before the international break. Again, there won't be videos for the next 2-3 days because of the international break. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.